Hi guys, I am Bradley Cunningham, and today I'm going to talk to you about cloud databases. So, what is a cloud database? Well, a cloud database basically is a database that's accessible to clients from the cloud through an internet connection. This means that a database service is outside of company's own firewall and accessed over the internet from another party's servers. Uh, so basically, at the end of the day, a cloud database it eliminates the need for housing your own in-house database and servers. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the history of cloud databases. And so to start doing that, I'll have to talk about the concept of cloud computing, actually, which is a term that was used quite a bit by Google and Amazon starting in 2006. That's when we started hearing a lot more of that term from those two companies specifically. But the actual term was used even a little bit before then in 1996 by a company called Compact Computer. And what they use this term to mean is their business model and their vision was that all these different types of business software that businesses use would be all based on the internet. One day they would all be accessed and used through the internet. Um, so if you think about cloud database, that's exactly what a cloud database is. It's a cloud database is a business software or business database that is accessed through the internet. It's not housed by the business itself. So that's how the concept of cloud computing begat a cloud database. So now I'm going to talk about the advantages of cloud databases. So scalability is a big advantage of a cloud database. You can basically add server power on demand as you need it. You're not going to have to take time to add add more to your own server if you were housing it yourself. There's less administrative burden, so the maintenance of the database and a lot of the upkeep is pretty much all of it really. All the management side of the database servers are done by another company that provides a cloud database service. So it eliminates a lot of database administrator activities that would have to normally be done to maintenance your own database servers. There is improved security. And what I mean by this is if you're running and housing your own database servers, you'll need to ensure that your database has an updated kernel and other critical software, and you'll need to keep up with the newest digital threats. And quite frankly, many sources say that most companies don't do this very well for themselves. Your information is almost much more secure going with a cloud database provider simply because you're probably not going to do as well doing the security for yourself. And then location independence is also an advantage of cloud databases. And what I mean by location independence is if your business is very large and of scale and is in different areas and different regions, you can always connect to this cloud database through an internet connection. It's much more easily accessible than if you're housing your own database servers in a singular location for your business. Cloud database business. I'm sorry. Cloud database benefits per industry. So now I'm going to list some industries and tell why these are prime industries to utilize cloud databases. So to start, I'm sorry, I accidentally skipped the disadvantages of cloud databases. Let me back up. So the disadvantages, one of the main disadvantages of cloud databases is that you are completely dependent on being connected to that database through the internet. If your business internet goes down, your network connection's down, you're not getting to your data in the cloud database. You have a loss of data control. I talked about security of the data being of large benefit of a cloud database, but at the end of the day, you are entrusting someone to take care of your data as much and if not more than you would yourself. Another disadvantage is technical issues. If that database, if it, when you lose connection to it, the software crashes, you know, most of these providers of cloud database software and cloud databases will have a service hotline that you can call to help you circumvent and get around these technical issues. But not all of the providers have a 24/7 hotline. So if you want to mitigate that last disadvantage of cloud databases, the technical issues one specifically, then you need to use a provider that that has a 24/7 hotline that can help you at any time. Cloud database benefits per industry. So we'll start with the auto industry. The auto industry, why they could benefit is because with a cloud database, automotive companies can store inventory and additional data in one easily accessible location. As this industry relies heavily on constant availability of data, customers will be more satisfied if you can search for a specific car or car part quickly. When you just think of auto industry companies as well, most of these are very large companies that need to get to their data quickly. So with the scalability of a cloud database and the easy accessibility, this might really be a benefit to these auto companies. The financial industry is another industry where cloud databases could be a huge benefit. And they could specifically benefit from the security aspect because a lot of these cloud databases allow you to have encrypted information and tightly controlled credentials for confidential data. Also, there's a lot of large financial institutions and companies that could, they could also, like the auto industry, benefit from having easy access and not having to house their own database servers. The healthcare industry is another industry that could really benefit from cloud database solutions. Specifically, if you think of the healthcare industry, most people would think of the personal health information that they have to protect, but they also need easy access to that information. So the easy access portion and the security portion of a cloud database would really help in the healthcare industry. And as well, think about how big some of the healthcare companies are. Getting access to that data easily could very well require a cloud database. There's hospitals and branches of these healthcare companies in all different regions, and you don't want just one centrally located server maintained by one portion of the company. The production and manufacturing realm, that is also when you think of large companies and things of that nature, production and manufacturing companies are managing usually a whole supply chain from beginning to end that could involve complex processes and all sorts of data, and they need to be able to access that data quickly. They need to make sure that it's secure, and they could need a very decentralized database software solution. So cloud database could definitely benefit the production and manufacturing realm. as well as the legal realm, the legal industry, because think about how many documents that legal law firms have to store, and it's always got to constantly be protected and backed up. And there are huge, regional, national law firms, things of that nature, and cloud databases could definitely be a huge benefit in that area as well. So now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about popular cloud database providers. So Amazon DynamoDB was one that I looked up. It's a very popular and widely used cloud database software. I'm going to read to you a little bit, really just the first paragraph off their website, because I think they did such a good job of saying exactly what their cloud database software does. Amazon DynamoDB is a key value and document database that delivers single-digit millisecond performance at any scale. It's a fully managed, multi-region, multi-master, durable database with built-in security, backup, and restore, and in-memory caching for internet-scale applications. DynamoDB can handle more than 10 trillion requests per day and support peaks of more than 20 million requests per second. If you're a large business, and that's their pitch on their website, their main pitch, you can have your data, access to your data, the click of a button. And, I don't know many companies of size that, would be doing more than 10 trillion requests per day or more than 20 million requests per second. That could, that database could be used for almost any company and meet all their needs. And another popular database provider that I looked up was Microsoft Azure, which basically what they said on their main page was they have a provision for up to 40 SQL databases with built-in intelligence that learns app patterns and adapts to maximize performance. You can develop up to 10 web and mobile applications quickly with a single backend that supports your preferred platform, tools, and languages. You can monitor the use and performance of your apps running on an unlimited number of hosts. So I wasn't as impressed with their cloud database pitch on their website. I was much more impressed with Amazon's because they've literally told you everything you would need to know for a business of any size about their database, their cloud database solution. So at the end of the day, no matter what cloud database provider you would ever consider using, you would need to consider whether a cloud database solution is right for you. Do you need the benefits of quick and easy access to your data over multiple locations that are very different and diverse locations? Do you need someone else to, provide the security aspect for your data, to be in control of your data? Or are you a smaller business that doesn't need quick and easy access to your data from multiple different locations and maybe would prefer to provide your own security measures on your database? These are all questions that businesses have to ask themselves before deciding whether a cloud database solution is right for them. So, in summary, this has been my presentation on cloud databases. I hope that you have learned some of the history and really some of the pros and cons to cloud database solutions. That's really what I wanted to focus my time on here. And I hope by understanding some of those pros and cons, if you're ever in the position one day to, consider whether a cloud database solution is right for your business that you're working for, or if you get to make that call, then keep some of these pros and cons in mind. And thank you for listening.